Hey guys, I'm in the bath again. Don't want to get my hair wet. Oh, it's still going, look at that.
This stuff is like the closest thing to a soda I ever drink.
Don't you judge me.
Okay, so back when I was a new driver, I noticed a lot of things that I didn't like about other people driving and me driving in general. I thought that because I was a novice, I didn't have much of a right to complain about those things. It's been 2 years since I became a licensed driver. I'm 22 years old, I'm gonna be 23. I know it seems like I became a licensed driver pretty late, and that's basically true. And it's not because I couldn't drive, it's because I refused to.
For environmental reasons.
But when I got my job 2 years ago, I was required to have a license, so I got one. Anyway, I decided that since I have been a licensed driver for 2 years now,
I can complain.
I'm not gonna lie to you, I'm not always the best driver. I can be a bitch too. I'm gonna start this off by saying I cannot stand it when I am on the freeway and a person is going super fucking slow in the fast lane. There's the slow lane, and then there's the fast lane. And if I am going down the freeway at the speed limit, which over here is 75, and somebody is in the fast lane going 50, you're not supposed to be going 50 on the freeway anyway. It's way too goddamn slow. Even if you're just going 5 to 10 miles under the speed limit,
You should not be in the fast lane.
also, I'm pretty sure when you took the written test, you learned that it's illegal to pass on the right, and if you are on the left going 65 miles an hour in a 75 mile an hour zone in the fast lane, where you can go 85 miles an hour for anybody gives a shit, you are forcing me to pass you on the right. Get back in the slow lane or GTFOTR. I also really cannot stand it when drivers go way under the speed limit. This has happened more than once to me, but one time stakes out because
It was
Grueling.
a road right next to where I live is a 35 mile an hour zone. It's a pretty long stretch, it's a little over a mile. This one time I was driving and I was entering the 35 mile an hour zone, but the person in front of me was driving 25 miles an hour. There was nobody in front of them. They had no reason to be going so fucking slow. Not only were they already going 10 miles under the speed limit, but as we kept going, they ended up slowing down another 5 miles. So through this 35 mile an hour zone, I had to go 20 miles an hour because on that street it wasn't legal to pass. Anyway, fuck you. I don't know what your deal is, but if you're drunk, you shouldn't be driving anyway. If you're really old, you probably shouldn't be driving anyway. I can understand going maybe 5 miles under the speed limit if you're in a 45 mile an hour zone or even a 55 mile an hour zone. Maybe going 50 isn't so bad, but when you're going to actually go more than 5 miles under the speed, you need to GTFOTR. Another thing that I cannot stand is people going way over the speed limit and getting mad at me for going the correct speed limit. If you are behind me, odds are you are going to have to be forced to go the actual speed limit. I'm one of those weirdos that actually likes to go
The speed limit.
Not only does it bug me if you're behind me, but it bugs me even more if you're beside me or trying to pass me. Like, if the speed limit is 25 miles an hour and you are going twice as fast as I am, you need to go back to driving school. Like, we're in this little neighborhood and we're in a one-way street, so there's 2 lanes and the speed limit is 25 or maybe even 30, but you decide to speed at 45 to 60 miles per hour through this zone as if where you need to get is any more important than where anybody else needs to get. Have some fucking patience. And
Fuck you.
on my notes, instead of writing pedestrians, I wrote pedestrials.
sometimes I am a special kind of dyslexic.
As a pedestrian, some of the time, I really hate this. When I'm walking down the sidewalk and I stop at a crosswalk because I want to walk across, but I won't risk it because the person in the car that's right there isn't even looking at me. They didn't even look right to see if pedestrians were coming, and they're slowly inching out into oncoming traffic so that they can go at the second there's a space available. And I'm over here like, hey, look at me. As a pedestrian, I'd like to fucking cross the road. But because you're only looking left at oncoming traffic so that you can zoom out immediately when a space becomes available, I'm probably gonna get hit. I've had to walk around the back of people's cars because they do this. If you are stopped at any sort of intersection, look to the right as well. No matter where you're fucking turning, because people can be coming on the fucking sidewalk and you will hit them if you're not looking. It's in the manual. Or
Did you not read it?
it bugs me when people don't plan where they're going. Like, they know where they're going, but instead of getting in the correct lane as soon as possible, they stay in the wrong lane until it's too late, and then they end up trying to speed to get into any open section that they can. I'm not exactly a very nice person to these people, because if you're speeding to get in the space that's between me and the car in front of me, I will match your speed so you can't. And the reason for that is because I like a nice distance between the car in front of me and my car. And that's just for safety reasons. I like at least 2 or 3 cars length between us. I'll still match the person's speed in front of me, so I'm not going under the speed limit or above. If somebody wants to insert themselves, that means I have to slow down to increase the length between us. So, just like any basic asshole, I speed up to match the desperate person's speed so that they can't insert themselves in front of me. They might end up having to go behind me. Sorry, but if you knew where you were going, you should have gotten in the right lane a long time ago. I'm one of those people who knows that if I need to be in a certain lane 3 miles from now, I'm gonna be in that lane now. That's just me.
I'm always prepared.
And the last thing I'd like to complain about right now are LED lights. I hate LED lights. I understand that if you're the driver of a car that has LED lights, your vision must be amazing because those things are fucking bright. But even when they are on their dims, you are being courteous enough to lower your lights to dim so that my eyes don't fry out of my skull. It's still too bright. That shit just like goes in and blinds you and I can't see anything. Just like a lot of females, because this has actually been studied, I have terrible night vision. I have terrible day vision. If there are bright lights anywhere, I can't see anything. I am not a good night driver, and I feel sorry for anybody who ever has to ride in my car with me at night because I can't see anything. I'll end up ignoring you anyway because I'm focusing so hard on not going out of my lane. I know that LED lights are super useful for the driver, but they are a nuisance to anyone who sees them coming towards them on the highway. I'm not mad at anybody who has these, and I'm pretty sure that if I had the chance, I'd get LED lights myself. So I know that I'd be just as obnoxious. Oh, as someone who has shitty night vision, I hate your lights. Those are pretty much the only complaints I have for today. I encourage you to leave a comment and start a discussion below. Follow me on Twitter and Facebook. The links are in the description box. Click the subscribe button if you'd like to see more. Give me a thumbs up if you think that this is the type of video you'd like to see again. And I will see you next time. じゃあまた明日。バイ